savoir s'il faut tout pardonner et commencer.
Maybe we have to forgive everything, and how can I do that?
All of us are unskillful at times. And when we are not skillful, we suffer and we make the other person suffer. And that person may be the person we love. So unskillfulness is something that happened to everyone. And we desire that when we are unskillful and we suffer and we make the other person suffer, we wish to be forgiven. But that is not enough. We have to learn from our unskillfulness. So we may ask the other person that not only his or her forgiveness, but also her support. We may ask him or her like this, dear one, I am unskillful at times. So when I say something or do something unskillful, I suffer and I make you suffer. It's very kind of you to forgive me, but I like to ask you a favor that when I am about to say something or to do something unskillful, please warn me. Please remind me so that I will refrain from doing that, because it may become a habit. And after I have committed the unskillful act, not only you forgive me, but you help me, you remind me that this is unskillfulness, so that next time I will not repeat at the same time. So we need to practice, and we need the help of the other person to help us practice. And the other part of the answer is that in order to forgive, you have to see the suffering and the unskillfulness of the other person. The other person may not want to hurt us, to make us suffer. It's only that she has or he has a lot of unskillfulness. And that is why if we recognize that has come from the unskillfulness of that person, we will not be angry and we can forgive easily. And when we look at him or her and see the suffering in that person, which is at the base of all kind of acts and words that make you suffer. When we see the suffering in him or in her, when we understand that suffering, When you know that that person is not capable of handling, of taking care of the suffering in him or in her, they become a victim of that suffering. And we are only victim number 2 or number 3 only. When we are able to see the suffering in him or in her, and see that that person is victim of his own suffering, and then it's easy to forgive. Recognize the suffering, understanding the suffering, and having the desire to help that person to suffer less, that help you to forgive very easily. Without that kind of understanding, forgiveness is difficult. Even if you want to forgive, you cannot forgive. Because he or she has made you suffer so many times, so many times. And even you have won him or her and they still continue to make you suffer. Difficult to forgive. But if you can understand the suffering, the deep suffering in him or in her, and see that he has been the victim number 1 of his own suffering, the situation becomes different. You can forgive more easily.